This is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Want to go over an article about Ricky Gervais calls out celebs amid coronavirus quarantine. People are just a bit tired of being lectured to. He's going to talk about how celebrities are kind of lecturing, looking down, saying too much, basically. British comedian Ricky Gervais continues to roast Hollywood's elites, whom he believes are becoming lecturers to the general public amid the global coronavirus pandemic, and should simply stop trying to tell others what to do. And not only during the pandemic, but usually a lot of the time. This is what they do. They put their politics into it, their religion into it, and there's a time and a place for that, but I don't think it's when you take an interview about a movie or you win an award or something like that. Write a book. Maybe people will read it. Okay, release an article on a cultural newspaper or something like that. Don't use your fame and attention the movie's getting to preach your personal bullshit. That's my opinion. That's what I don't like to see. I think that people are just a bit tired of being lectured to. Now celebrities think the general public needs to see my face. They can't go to the cinema. I need to do something. And it's when you look into their eyes, you know that even if they're doing something good, they're sort of thinking, I could weep at what a good person I am. Oh dear. Yeah, it's this kind of self-righteousness. They're patting themselves on the back like they're doing great things, and maybe some of them are. But I'm talking about the ones who act like idiots in public. Like we know, this Imagine song went viral. A bunch of celebs did. It was kind of in bad taste. And for me, I hated it because I'm a Beatles fan and a John Lennon fan, and it kind of gave the song some negative attention. And they should not have sung that song. Terrible choice for them. Definitely irritating. Gervais 58 sent shockwaves through social media when he shaded a room full of A-listers at the Golden Globe Awards in January. Gervais' message at the time was that many celebrities were being too preachy and were too out of touch to speak on issues plaguing the common man, which is exactly one of the messages on this channel I like to put forward. He told The Times that he strategically navigates the fine line between put-downs and offered an interesting take on what it means to be a court jester, and admitted that while he can get away with the jokes he makes on stage, he knows he likely won't be lambasted for doing so. That's interesting. He goes on to say, no, the world hasn't changed. No one looks at me differently, and I've got nothing against those people really, he explained when asked of his growing conservative fan base. I think that's the mistake people make. They think that every joke is a window into the comedian's soul. Because I wrote it and performed it under my own name, that's really me, and that's just not true. I'll flip a joke halfway through and change my stance to make the joke better. So, alright, that's slightly confusing. He's kind of hinting towards, it was an act, I just said it. But he's got to cover his ass on both sides. I think if he's a sensible, common sense person, he probably did mean it. It's just, he can't really push through as seriously saying it like, you know what, I meant it, guys. You guys suck. So, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt as far as meaning it on this statement. If you guys follow, I think he had to make this statement. But that's just my speculation. He continued, I'll pretend to be right wing, left wing, whatever wing, no wing. I've said the same thing myself, basically. Yes, you can say right wing, left wing for just, the ease of your commentary, but there isn't really a such thing. There's just different ideas people feel strongly or weaker about. I've got to go after the richest people in the room and NBC and the Hollywood Foreign Press. I've got to be a court jester, but a court jester's got to make sure that he doesn't get executed as well. I've got to make all the peasants laugh at the king, but the king sort of got to like it. Yeah, so he's just putting it all out there. So he's saying, I can make fun of these Hollywood people, but I kind of got to make them think I don't mean it. At the same time as kind of letting the audience know I kind of mean it. So he's just kind of playing the middle. And the trick is figuring out what he really thinks. And the answer is, if he's a common sense person, then he thinks what I think, and he thinks what he's saying is true. If he's actually just one of them trying to fit in and be in the business and, just completely cover his ass, he says it's fake. Or he hints towards the fact that that's not the real me. The funny man said he was taken aback by the uptick in support from right-leaning backers, but said he wasn't aware of it until a couple of disgruntled liberal elites suddenly said, oh, Gervais is alt-right now. And I went, what? what's right-wing about taking the mickey out of the richest, most powerful corporations on the planet? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, left and right can both play that game of criticizing the rich. Anyway, I kind of felt like getting into this article about Gervais a little bit because he really is, whether he means it or not completely, as you guys could tell, I'm trying to figure that out now, and I guess there's never going to be a complete 100% answer on it, but I'm going to assume he means it, and he's saying a lot of the same things that channels like this, channels I watch, are saying. Basically, people in Hollywood try to act like they're one of us a lot of the time, which is somewhat understandable, but it comes off wrong and awkward and hard to understand. So you guys, let me know down below what you think of Gervais, what you think of this article. I haven't covered that Imagine on this channel. That Imagine cover, rather. Let me know what you think about that. I doubt anyone likes it. Anyway, I'm doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. Got a Patreon going. It's actually growing. So I did a new outro for my patrons. Check it out. And that's it. I will see you next time. I screw up the ends of videos because the ending is not as important as the beginning. We're done.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, The Entertainment Hacker, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now.